Hello, high five beauties. Blessed solstice. The winter solstice is upon us in the northern hemisphere, and the spring solstice is upon us in the southern hemisphere, which I'm sure you're all aware of. So I put together my little altar. I have pine and quartz, garnet, green aberturi. My Yule log is actually a Yule stick because I do not have a fireplace. And I have some other things, some pine, some rosemary, gold. My bowl there is made of a red agate, the oranges and the cloves. There are a ton of videos out there to help you celebrate Yule and the solstice and whatever it is that you celebrate. But us high vibe beauties are going to start talking about our winter care beauty routines, some of the things that we can look forward to for the winter months, and what you can expect from me. Remember, when you judge people from the outside, you don't really see what's in. And that's the point that counts. So, my lovely beauties, let's see what we can do here. Let's talk about the yoga. The yoga moves are going to be salute the sun. And saluting the sun is during the dark days of winter when the sunlight is scarce. We welcome it with a salutation. And this classic yoga, maneuver, movement is a direct representation of saluting the sun. I do suggest that you face the east when doing this, if you can, if that's possible. So seasoned yogas know the drill, and for all others, here's how to do it. If you're feeling rusty, start by gently stretching out your body. Some easy forward bends are great, and as you bend over, grab the opposite elbows and let your head and arms succumb to gravity. Feel free to rock a bit and let your body lead the way. When you're ready to begin, stand at the front of your mat, hands in a prayer at your chest or in front of your chest. Inhale deeply. Lift your arms high in a high prayer above your head. Looking upwards as you do, swan dive forward into a deep bend. And if you can, reach your fingertips to the floor in front of you. From there, straighten your spine and lift the head, chin, and then chest parallel with the floor. This is called preparing the spine. Release and step back to plank pose. Plank pose resembles the top of a push-up. For an added challenge, you can hold the plank pose for a few breaths, engaging in the core as you do. But that's completely up to you and if that feels right for you. Then slowly bend your elbows without sinking the hips or collapsing your core for your yogi push-up. The elbows should stay at 90 degrees so your body does not drop all the way to the floor. Now pull yourself forward to an upward dog. Extend your arms, arch your back, and roll over your toes so that you're resting on the tops of your feet. Your head will be lifted and reach to the full extent of this position. Lead with your hips and find downward dog facing. Stretching your heels towards the floor, stay here for 5 breaths. Then step or jump forward between your hands and return to the starting position. Repeat this process 3 or 4 more times to build from there. Sacred practices always encourage 108 repetitions. This isn't for everybody or every day, but sometimes a few rounds in the morning will work out the kinks and warm me up for the day ahead. We can talk about our makeup palette. Colors for the winter seasons are reds and greens, gold, silvers, orange, even browns. And don't forget, and although it's faux they say white. But I think white is one of those colors you can wear all year round. And now that we're coming to the end of the year, a lot of us tend to make resolutions. What I'm going to suggest this year is maybe just shed what no longer serves you. Never mind about what your resolutions are and what you want to do. You know what you want to do. My suggestion is maybe add some affirmations to your daily routine towards your goal, because affirmations have been proven over and over again to work. And they do. I worked with my daughter this morning and I said, let's just do some affirmations, see what happens. And we were very abundant today. So I just wanted to relay about affirmations. As for shedding, just like any release ceremony, get out a pen, get out some paper, and write. Now, sometimes it's good to sing or break sticks and stuff, but I'm going to generally say this time, write it out. Write out what pisses you off. Write out what's annoying you. Write out what you want to shed, what you don't want to do anymore. And then have a burning ceremony. If you can find a Yule log or birch, like a birch piece of paper or anything like that, just wrap it with the paper and burn it with it. You can also put it in water, you can bury it in the snow, you can bury it in the earth if you need to. Whatever feels right for you. But I do suggest a releasing ceremony at this time. I think it's very important with everything that's shifting in the world, and to have a clear view of 221. I think it would be important for us to stay in a healthy state and understand what we want to shed, and maybe possibilities that lay ahead for us will be more clear when we shed. I lit this candle with intentions of love, 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 dispelling the fear and you embracing your love. I know with lockdown, people are not really able to get to saunas or health spas. But if you happen to have a sauna in your house, or a makeshift sauna, which is a sweating sauna, if you have something that you can boil water with in your bathroom or closed space, you can build your own sweat sauna. You can also do this by putting bowls in your bathroom and just keep pouring a boiling kettle, or have pots of water on the stove. But you're going to find they're going to have to continually to repeat to bring it up to heat for that sweat. If you want to do areas, you can do steaming with bowls, and you can do each area for about 10 to 15 minutes. I just wanted to give you a little show of my sauna here. And this is something I purchased a couple years back, and it's something I've never regretted purchasing. I waited till it was on sale. Now, why is infrared so good for you? Because you sweat, and sweating takes out toxicity. It also helps you lose weight, and it's great for your skin. Crystals for moving forward. There's smoky quartz. The mood stone clears away for positive thoughts and propelling you towards your goals. Labradorite, this mystical beauty, cleanses your aura and primes you for making magic. Pyrite, this agricultural gem, encourages the completion of projects and acts as a cheerleader, seeing you through to the finish. Citron, ethereal and bright, citron brings you joy and magnifies your energy and power. Black tourmaline. Stress takes a hit from this black beauty. Block negative energy and support your adrenalines. So, with winter here, we're about to look into some other facial routines, skin routines. I will have some recipes up. I also was going to do a Q&A. I was supposed to come back a few weeks ago. I am still currently on retreat. I have a lot going on in my life. Right now, I have people clearing trees around me, and I'm very close with trees, and I'm doing everything in my power to save these trees. And I'm sad to say that I'm not on the winning end of this so far. And but I did count my blessings in amongst all this, because the city has been wonderful trying to work with me, but unfortunately it's private land. And right now, if anything, prayers to save these beautiful oak trees. would be wonderful. I think that they're going to try to level it for a mall, and my heart is breaking for that. Um, I recently joined Tree Sisters um, to reach out to more women and more people that identify as a woman, or anybody with a feminine energy rising. That's the gentleman I'm talking about. Um, this is inclusive for everybody. This beauty inside, this high vibe beauty idea is for everybody. I think it's so important for us to start feeling better as a society and looking at some things that we can do on our own. And feeling good within makes a big difference. Since the last time I was here, I've partaken in some webinars and some conferences. I've gone to a neuroscience conference with Andrew Huberman and discovered some pretty amazing techniques that I plan on bringing in the new year. I've been applying some of Marissa Peer's radical therapy to my hypnosis therapy, and I see promising results within myself and with my daughter and with some others that I've been trying it with. And to top it all off, as I've told everybody, I am an artist, and right now I'm looking at putting some projects together, and I'm trying to figure out a way to include everybody in this next art project, and I'm trying to bring the relationship with our trees in this art project. So I've been sitting with that little nest for a while. I have some great ideas. I've been able to reach out to some amazing female artists, some pioneers in the field, and it's just kind of all a hoop and mix and dance and trying to get it all together right now. So the next 3 months is going to be a series of invitations. So you can expect a lot of forest bathing, a lot of nature stuff coming up. So I'm going to finish up for this round just by saying, with the nature and forest bathing, there's going to be more of that coming. I'll be doing some online interactive invitations, as well as probably some creative invitations for all you ladies and those who identify as a woman, and those gentlemen out there that are feeling a little bit more feminine. So I'm looking at getting some things together that way. For right now, I'm going to sit you with all this beautiful pine that is on my altar. The pine is very good for you. If you can sit with some pine trees for 20 minutes, it will stay with you for 30 days, the effects. What happens when you sit near pine trees? What happens is your immunity is boosted. There's a chemical reaction that comes out of the pine. I'm not going to get too scientific on you because I notice people's eyes close when I get all sciencey about it. But the chemicals that come from the trees, that pine smell that you smell, is helping your body boost your immunity system. And in that, it's raising your NK cells. That's your natural killer cells. And when that happens, those natural killer cells actively go out into your body and start seeking out cells that are diseased. Anything that are cancerous, anything that, something along those lines, diseased cells. And they help destroy those cells. So if you have cancer cells, those NK cells stick to the cancer cell and start destroying the cell. Amazing stuff. So simply by sitting with a tree, a pine tree, for 20 minutes, will give you benefits for 30 days. Maximum benefits, and I'd say this to every cancer patient I meet, and I met a lady today, gave her the same advice. Go hang out with some pine trees. If you can, hang out for 2 hours a week at the bare minimum. The more you hang out there, the better you're going to feel. You'll notice that you'll be able to move a little bit easier. You'll breathe a little bit nicer. Things will turn around. I've had many success stories over the years with having people going hanging out in the forest that I've known that's been sick, including myself. I have actively healed myself with going out to the forest and going out hanging out with trees from cancer, not once, but twice in my life. I did it back in my early 20s before this was even probably discovered over here in the Western world. And it's something I didn't even know, to tell you the truth. I just knew that I felt better around the trees, and I knew that they were giving me medicine, and I trusted in it. So all these years later, after becoming forest therapy guide, I got the science behind all of it. And the funny thing is he started out on the quest because he felt great in the forest as a child and wanted to know. And that scientist is Dr. Li, L-I. His name is Dr. Qing, Q-I-N-G, Li, L-I. He is a Japanese scientist, and he is the lead study on forest bathing and nature bathing. So if you're ever so curious in between any of my videos, please feel free to look him up. I am a trained guide with the Association of Nature and Forest Therapy, and it is our vision and our mission to bring people back to the natural world, letting them know that the language that is between us and how important it is. So I'm going to sign off now because I'm going to go back to my retreat. I know that it was kind of a jumbled video. It was put together pretty quickly, but I wanted to reach out to say that I haven't disappeared. I still think about you, and that the new year is going to bring a lot of wonderful things. So in the meantime, take some time to do some releasing, maybe set up an altar, think about some amazing things that can come towards you in 2021. And don't ever forget, you are creative. You don't have to be an artist to be creative. Whether you cook, sew, make your bed, how you dance, that is all a creative process. And that in itself is an artist's way. So I'm going to give you a little quick view of my horned god. She's not quite finished yet. She's about halfway done, but I wanted to bring her out for the video. And I have a little spell beside her with a red cardinal feather. Let's see if I can make it over here. The red cardinal feather. There she is. My horn goddess. She's a work in process. But right now she has a quartz heart and selenite eyes. And I think she's gorgeous. So I'm wishing you all very safe and blessed Yule. Safe and happy holidays. Whatever it is that you celebrate, I'm just happy that you're celebrating. And remember that we are celebrating the return of our sun.